Risky Business is a fantastic conference, but this was just such a fantastic opportunity to meet and engage with other experts in the field.
I think the beauty of the conference is that it brings together people from so many different backgrounds, professions, and they're all people who are at the sharp end.
You can learn from other businesses, learn from other people in those businesses, learn different practices. You can improve your business. I really believe that sharing safety stories and sharing tips internationally is really going to move the dial for all of us.
Welcome to Risky Business London 2014.
I find Risky Business inspiring and come to it every time we run it to try and take away ideas back into the workplace.
The variety of speakers and the variety of topics always means it's a lot more interesting than many of the other medical conferences, and usually you take something away you weren't quite expecting.
Our goal is to bring the behavioural sciences to officer-involved use of force.
It's been a really inspirational day and the speakers have been fantastic.
I am fascinated by top performance. Can't we just copy it and get the same kind of success?
I think this conference is important because risk is everywhere. We can't avoid it, but we can manage it. It's great to be able to work through that collaboratively.
For us to get on, which is what we were designed to do, 50, 60, 100,000 years ago, is to be one big team.
Risk is at the heart of the healthcare system. And safety is at the heart of the healthcare system, and this has now, I think, become one of the most widely recognised conferences in the world.
There's something about skeleton that British women are made for. And what kind of mental preparation do you do just before a training session even?
Well, I think healthcare is a really risky business, and I think the general public don't understand that, and actually lots of people who work in hospitals don't really understand that, the true nature of how we do incredibly complex things on incredibly sick people with very complex teams.
I have personal experience, sadly, of what happens when those risks aren't managed properly. And I lost a son in 2008 and saw just how hard it was. And I think we're waking up to the fact that things in the past haven't been good enough.
Safety is very personal, and safety devastates families. It's no longer okay to compete on safety. We're all in this together, and I have to tell you personally, I'm to the point where I think it's immoral to not share.
Healthcare is really complicated. Frequently, we encounter errors, mistakes, and accidents that result in harm. Our healthcare industry needs to focus on how do you treat the people who have made mistakes and made errors. Because more often than not, they are well-intentioned people who have been overwhelmed by workload, task saturation, fatigue, human factors, and a complexity of issues about which they have very little control. When you come to a conference like this and you have people from all different kinds of industries, there's a kind of a fermentation. It's a fertile environment for learning and sharing ideas.
When you make a mistake, people die. You are affecting people's lives for a very long time, if not fatally. So I wanted to be involved with something where I met a whole stack of people who are completely awesome at what they do. But the reason they're at the conference is they know there's something else to learn.
But one of the most important aspects is to motivate people, to inspire people, and I think that's what happens. We inspire people through the narrative, through stories.
Historically, perhaps in healthcare, there was a little bit of keeping information to ourselves, keeping new ideas to ourselves. We're hopefully getting the message out there and all learning from each other. We're at the beginning of a fairly long journey probably in healthcare. 1.2 million people in the UK work in healthcare. It's a lot of people to reach out to.